Hi, I'm Ameline Bonestrada, and thank you for joining me today. In this video, we'll be diving into an insightful and thought-provoking essay entitled Filipino Teachers Existential Angst by Ms. Daryl Z. Obguia. Together, we'll explore the core ideas presented in the paper, examine the strength of the arguments, and also offer a respectful critique by pointing out areas where the discussion could be deepened or improved. So if you're interested in philosophy, education, or the inner lives of teachers, stay tuned. The essay entitled Filipino Teachers Existential Angst by Ms. Daryl Z. Obguia addresses the question on how teachers can teach with purpose and meaning despite the challenges of their profession. In answer, the author claims that existential angst is the teacher's natural and avoidable response to their freedom and responsibilities, and that this angst can be a catalyst for self-discovery, authentic living, and personal growth. She justifies this thesis through the following points. First, that existential angst is a fundamental aspect of being human and prompts us to confront our existence and strive for meaning. Second, that understanding teachers' existential angst is crucial for educational managers as it impacts their well-being, classroom effectiveness, and ultimately student learning. And third, that awareness of this angst can lead both teachers and students to deeper self-awareness and purpose living. As mentioned in the first part, the researcher's essay focuses on the philosophical and psychological dimension of teaching and does not cover concrete empirical evidence or localized cultural perspectives. It approaches the topic by using conceptual analysis and references to existentialist philosophy, particularly Sartre and Camus. One striking illustration that the author uses is the idea that freedom, while empowering, can also be paralyzing because of the burden of choice and the weight of responsibility. From what I read in the draft submitted, the author's argument is strong for the following three reasons. First, it highlights an often overlooked inner dimension of teaching that goes beyond technical skills. Second, it frames teacher struggles within a broader human context, making the discussion relatable even outside the profession. And third, it calls for educational leaders to pay attention to teachers' emotional and existential needs. First, this philosophical framing enriches our understanding of teacher well-being. Second, connecting existential themes to the daily life of educators makes the topic engaging. And third, the call for leadership support adds a practical dimension to what could otherwise be purely theoretical. Nevertheless, I would like to point out the following weaknesses in the essay. I am respectfully presenting them now for the researcher's consideration. For one, the paper assumes all teachers experience existential angst in the same way, which may not be accurate since many are driven by practical, cultural, or economic motivations. In addition, the work romanticizes angst as leading to growth without equally acknowledging that for many, it results in burnout, resignation, or disillusionment. And finally, it applies mostly Western philosophical ideas without integrating distinctly Filipino cultural values such as kapwa, bayanihan, and utang na loob, which could significantly alter the understanding of meaning and struggle in teaching. Thus, I would like to suggest the following improvements to the essay. For one, include empirical or interview-based evidence from Filipino teachers to support the claims. Moreover, balance the discussion by presenting how existential angst can both empower and harm teachers, and also incorporate Filipino cultural perspectives to make the analysis more grounded in our local teaching reality. Allow me to end by congratulating the researcher, Ms. Daryl Z. Obguia, for opening up a deep and meaningful conversation on the inner life of teachers. I hope that future revisions will make this work an even stronger bridge between philosophical insight and the real-life experiences of Filipino educators.